All right, everybody, ready to dive into something really cool? We're talking AI interior design today.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff, and we're diving deep with excerpts from an article titled, get this, How AI is Revolutionizing Interior Design.
Catchy.
Right, and honestly, it got me thinking, what if getting your dream home, actually making it a reality, what if it didn't have to be such a headache?
It's funny you should say that because that's exactly what this article gets at. It's amazing how AI is kind of flipping the script. Like, imagine having this tool that not only helps you visualize a space.
Which is huge.
Oh, totally. But it can help you actually make design choices. Like, will that armchair fit through the doorway? Should I paint this room orange?
Or end up with one of those, what was I thinking moments.
Exactly. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But AI could help us avoid those decorating disasters.
Okay, I am 100% on board with that. And this article really digs into how AI can take those overwhelming design dilemmas and turn them into, dare I say it, fun projects.
The dream.
Right. We're talking about going from, oh, I wish my space looked like that magazine spread, to, wow, my place looks even better.
And it's not just for the pros anymore either. Like, what's really exciting is that we're seeing all these powerful AI tools becoming more accessible every single day.
So you're telling me I can have a virtual Joanna Gaines at my fingertips?
Pretty much. Think of it like having a virtual design assistant, ready to help you tackle any design challenge, no matter how big or small.
Okay, so let's break it down. What do we actually mean when we say AI interior design?
Yeah, because it's not about robots taking over your house and turning it into some futuristic spaceship, right?
Unless that's your thing, then go for it. More power to you. But this article actually highlights how AI can make design more personal, not less.
Which seems counterintuitive, right? But it's true. This article had this great example, right? Someone with a really weirdly shaped living room. They were struggling with the layout, just couldn't figure out how to arrange furniture in a way that worked.
We've all been there.
Oh, tell me about it. But anyway, they plugged their problem into this AI, right? And the AI analyzed the space, the actual dimensions and everything, and it came up with this solution they never would have thought of on their own.
No way.
Yes. It even suggested they rotate their sofa, just totally rethink the flow of the whole room.
Oh, I love that.
Right. And they said it totally transformed the entire space.
That's incredible. See, and this is what I love about AI. It's it can see the possibilities that we, with our limited human brains, just totally miss.
Totally. And there are so many different AI tools out there. This article mentions things like virtual design assistants, augmented reality. It's like having a whole toolbox of futuristic design gadgets.
Sign me up. Okay, so augmented reality, that one sounds kind of intimidating.
It's actually really cool. So you know how some apps let you try on clothes virtually?
Oh yeah, see how that dress would actually look on you?
It's like that, but for your house. So you can literally use your phone to see exactly how a new sofa would look in your living room.
Wait, seriously?
Yep. Or how that funky wallpaper you've been eyeing would actually look on your wall.
Okay, so no more second guessing.
Exactly.
No more ending up with a room that looks nothing like what you pictured in your head.
Precisely. Which, let's be real, happens to the best of us.
Oh, all the time. And then there's that whole thing of AI actually analyzing your style to suggest things you'll actually love.
Yeah.
It's almost like having a mind-reading best friend who also happens to be an incredible designer.
Yes. And you know what? That whole mind-reading thing, that's where this thing called predictive analytics comes in.
Okay, now that one sounds a little spooky.
It kind of is, but in a good way. Imagine the AI going through your Pinterest boards, even the ones you forgot you had, and just picking up on these subtle preferences you might not even realize you have. And suddenly it's suggesting color palettes and furniture styles that you've never even considered, but just thought click.
I mean, it sounds impressive.
Yeah.
But also, a little Big Brother-ish, no?
Yeah, a little bit. But that's a whole other conversation.
True. But what does all of this mean for, the average person? I love the idea of having a beautifully designed home, but I'm not an Instagram influencer. I don't have unlimited time or money to spend on this stuff.
Totally get it. And that's a really great point. And actually, the article addresses that directly. It really emphasizes how AI can streamline the entire design process, saving you both time and money.
Okay, I am listening. Let's break down those benefits because honestly, who couldn't use a little more time and money, right? Okay, I am listening. Let's break down those benefits because honestly, who couldn't use a little more time and money, right?
Right. And one thing this article really highlighted was efficiency. Think about it. All those tasks we all put off, measuring furniture, or just like trying to visualize, okay, will that armchair actually fit through the doorway?
Oh, or like spending hours rearranging your living room to be like, you know what? It looked better before I even started this.
Yes, all of that. AI can take over those like tedious, time-consuming parts of the process.
Okay, so that frees you up to actually enjoy the fun stuff. Like actually exploring different styles, picking out colors, adding those personal touches that make a space really you.
Exactly. And speaking of personal touches, that's a thing. AI isn't about just churning out these generic cookie-cutter designs.
Right, because I want my house to look like everybody else's on the block.
Exactly. It's quite the opposite, actually. It's really about using your unique preferences, your style, even your lifestyle, to create a space that's totally tailored just for you.
So no more like browsing through those catalogs and being like, well, that looks nice, but it doesn't really feel like me.
Exactly. And this article had this really cool example. Like, imagine you're trying to find the perfect artwork for your living room.
Okay, yeah.
Which can be like the most overwhelming thing.
The worst.
So you could spend hours scrolling through online galleries and just be like bombarded with choices. Or you could tell this AI, hey, these are my preferred art styles, these are the color palettes I like, maybe even show it pictures of your existing decor, and boom, it generates these personalized recommendations just tailored to your specific taste and space.
So no more impulse purchases from like, those stores like Home Goods?
Oh yeah, Home Goods, Target. Guilty.
Where you walk in, you're like, oh, this pillow is so cute, I need it. And then you get home and you're like, what was I thinking?
We've all been there. But yeah, AI can really help you make more mindful design choices. And I think a lot of that goes back to visualization.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being able to actually see it.
Like you can experiment with different layouts, try on furniture virtually, even see how that like bold paint color you've been thinking about would actually look in your space all before you commit to buying anything.
So it's like having a giant risk-free sandbox for your design ideas.
Exactly. You can try anything and everything without the fear of making a mistake. A costly one.
I have to admit, this is making me want to like redo my entire house.
Right. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is fun. It's not a chore anymore.
Okay, but let's get real for a second. All this talk about AI, analyzing my style, suggesting furniture, it's a little Big Brother-ish, no. What about privacy?
Yeah, that's a totally valid concern. And, like any technology, AI comes with responsibility, right? Like you have to be aware of the data that you're sharing. I would say look for platforms that are very transparent about their privacy policies and give you control over your data.
So it's kind of like anything else. Do your research.
Absolutely.
Choose reputable platforms and be mindful of the information you're sharing. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Good, because there's so much good stuff to be excited about.
Well, and speaking of good stuff, this article touched on something I found really interesting. The intersection of AI and sustainability.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Well, it turns out AI can actually be like this amazing ally in creating more eco-friendly spaces.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does that work? Okay, I'm intrigued. How does that work?
Well, like, imagine you're trying to furnish your living room, right?
What?
You could go with the first, like, trendy sofa you see, or you could use an AI tool that actually analyzes the environmental impact of different materials.
Oh, wow.
And then suggests more sustainable options.
So it'll tell me to get a bamboo coffee table instead of one made of, I don't know, some exotic wood from who knows where.
Exactly. Think like reclaimed wood, recycled plastics, or even furniture made from those like innovative new bio-based materials that are popping up.
So it's like having an eco-conscious design consultant whispering in your ear, like, hey, that bamboo coffee table is beautiful and good for the planet. Okay, I love it. But let's be honest. Not everyone can afford a personal design consultant, AI powered or otherwise.
Right.
What about those of us who are working with, tighter budgets or just really enjoy the whole DIY aspect of design? Like I actually like going to the store and picking out paint swatches.
Yeah, and that's great. And you know what? This article had a lot to say about that. Like, there's this whole wave of AI-powered tools that are designed specifically for DIY enthusiasts. Oh, yeah. Think like virtual design assistants, color palette generators, even apps that let you create 3D models of your space.
Get out.
Yes. And then you can like try out different furniture arrangements all from your phone.
So it's like having a pocket-sized design team on call 24/7, ready to help with any decorating dilemma.
Pretty much.
Okay, but are these tools actually user-friendly, or do you have to be a tech whiz to figure them out, because I am not a tech whiz.
And that's the best part. They're designed with the average person in mind, like you and me.
What?
So we're talking like really intuitive interfaces, drag and drop features. A lot of them even have like helpful tutorials that just walk you through the whole process.
Oh, that is so reassuring.
Right. You don't need a degree in computer science to like design your dream space. Just a little curiosity and a willingness to, experiment a bit.
So basically, if I can use a smartphone, I can use AI for interior design.
Pretty.
Okay, that's pretty cool. But I mean, let's be realistic for a second. Every technology has its limitations, right? What are some of the potential downsides or like challenges of using AI in interior design? Is there anything we should be like wary of?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're right. No technology is perfect. And, one thing to keep in mind is that AI is only as good as the data it's been trained on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So, like, if an AI has primarily been trained on, say, like, minimalist modern interiors,
Right.
it might not be as adept at, like, generating ideas for, say, like, a more traditional or eclectic style.
Ah, so it's all about finding the right tool for the job.
Exactly. It's not about letting the AI, like, dictate your choices, but using it as a starting point for your own creativity.
It's like AI is taking over that role of
Yes.
like the assistant, right? Handling all those tedious tasks so that the human designer, whether it's, a professional or a DIY enthusiast like myself, can really focus on like the artistry, the heart and soul of the design.
Yes. I love that analogy. It's about finding that, like, sweet spot where human creativity and AI's analytical power kind of intersect.
And it's only going to get better and better, right? I mean, the technology is just going to keep evolving.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all have, like, personalized AI design assistants, like helping us create spaces that are not only beautiful and functional, but also like a true reflection of our personalities, our passions,
Yeah, that's a future I can get behind. Well, that is about all the time we have for today's deep dive into the world of AI interior design. A huge thank you to our expert for, I've learned so much.
It was my pleasure. It's so fun to talk about this stuff.
I know, right? And to our listeners, we hope this has inspired you to go forth and create those dream spaces. Until next time, happy decorating.